All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf Live. Of course, the podcast is, as you can hurry here, is DJ Wolf Live is on for all to hear TV on YouTube. All right. Now, you know, there was a situation at, I think it was at a high school in Louisiana where they said several black men, it was so bad at the high school where they had up to 20 young men fighting each other in the schools. And I don't know when it occurred. I know it was recently. I don't know how often it was going on, but I know a situation that happened that got so out of control that many of the fathers had to come in and intervene to help get these boys straight and set on the path to a straight and narrow. So I was watching. I don't remember if it was Osage Channel or somebody. I think it was Osage Channel, and the guy came on the comments was talking a little greasy. And I think he was slightly misguided in his own mindset. And I don't mean to bash him. I really don't. I think he was misguided. He's talking like, "Oh, you shouldn't be. They didn't have to get involved, but they did." Well, we know they didn't have to get involved, but they needed to. Okay, they needed to. Somebody had to do something. I mean, you can't just sit there and wait for the government to do everything for you. You can't wait for local officials to do everything for you. You know, some things just got to be handled by the community. And this was a situation where it had to be handled by the community. To tell you the truth, you could just sit there and wait for it. And I told the guy straight up, I said, "Look, what you going to do? Wait for the women to figure out, solve your problems?" And he was talking like, "Well, everybody need to figure out their own situation and blah blah blah." I said, "Dude, this has to be a community effort. You know why? We got too many young men out here with no fathers. This guy knows that. He knows that." But he just didn't want to recognize that this is something that should be collectively worked on within the community. But you do need to work on it with the community. That's the whole point. He just didn't get it. You know, and I kind of feel like, wow, I can't believe somebody actually is talking about the fact that he didn't see anything good about black men going into the school system to try to get young boys on the straight and narrow. He thought there was something wrong with that. And I thought it was strange for any black man to even say that. You know? But I had to stand my ground. I just told straight up. I don't mean no harm, but honestly, this is something that has to be done. You can't sit there and wait on it or pray on it. This is something you got to put work into. And you know the old saying goes, faith without works is dead. Facts. Facts all day. Yeah, that's my saying. They didn't really catch on yet, but that's another story. But, you know, that's what it's about. I mean, I told you a story about a nephew of mine who father did live with him when he was younger. You know, had been in his life, but he wasn't the father that he should have been to his sons. Let's put it like that. And he mentioned when I was younger, when he was younger and I was a little young, I was in my late 20s, and I first met him through my wife, because that was my wife's nephew. And he was telling me about how he felt that I was probably more of a father to him at times than his own father. And it really touched me. But I was just trying to be an uncle. I don't even think my wife and I was even married when I started doing things for those kids. I was just, getting them, presents for Christmas and stuff like that, man. I actually liked those kids. And, I wanted to brighten up the day. It was just something I wanted to do, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, and I still wanted to do something for them. I told him, I think there was also that same year, I think that Christmas, I got him a shoebox full of goodies for Christmas. That's the story I tell about every year. I think as a tribute to my father, Real Talk Guys, I want to do that story every year. I did it last year too. I did the special episode. I'm going to do another one this year, because I think it's a beautiful story, and it's a true story. It's a very, very true story. So stay tuned for that during the holidays. I'm definitely going to be talking about it, because it talks about the true joy of Christmas and about just being happy with what you have, being thankful for what you got, even though it's not much. And that's You can tell I get a little bit emotional talking about it, because it was a powerful lesson that my father taught me as a child about, even though you may not have much, but you got enough that if you had just a sparkle of enough to make your day, that's all that matters. You know, sometimes it's the little things, not the big things. And it's one of the reasons why fathers are important. See, I know for a personal fact that mothers can't instill and reinforce the discipline that fathers can. I know this for a hard fact. And in some cases, mothers just don't care. That's why I know that fathers are important. And I got offended when that guy was saying that. I said, dude, are you serious? He was that serious about it. I said, I don't know what happened in his life where he felt that way. Maybe something bad, a trauma or something. And I hope whatever that he was going through, that he does seek attention for that. That he does seek some guidance and help on that, for real. But to say that, oh, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, it does matter. It matters a lot. He's basically, oh, what men done did enough. We ain't got to do them. I said, yeah, we do. We still got to be men. We still got to teach generations of young boys to build to be men. You have to continue to do that. No matter what. You don't stop. Now, for some reason, he think it was, that you just, that the men who went in there and did that for them young men didn't have to do it. Well, okay, they didn't have to, but somebody needed to do something. And that's the point I'm trying to make with this. Why I said what I said about, fathers, or about the story of what my father told me as a young kid growing up. Because they do matter. They guide you. They teach you. They learn you. They mentor you. You need fathers to do this. Just like girls need women to teach them things. Men can't. There's a lot of things men can't teach women. I mean, men can teach girls to be women. Not like a woman can. I'll say that. But men can teach boys to be men, because that's a specialty. Or at least that's a specialty that I think that most men, including myself, have. Discipline. You have to have that. You have to have that. You have to instill discipline in these young men, or they're going to just go buck wild. But like it's on average, today's mothers, they don't give a damn. They really do not care. Period. In the discussion, oh wow, the bad action was fun. They don't care. They really don't give a damn. Where men may seem like they don't care, but really, if they're teaching you discipline, they do care. And me and my dad didn't always see eye to eye. I've talked about that several times, But I think there was a common ground of things that we did see as men, or older men to a younger man. There's things we did see that was common ground to us. That's the one thing that why it's better and it's really more behooving for men to be grounding boys, to be mentors to boys, so they can become the men they need to be. That's basically what I'm saying. Because you can actually build common ground with these young men. That's how you get them straight. Discipline. This guy didn't understand that. I don't know. He must have had a bad upbringing or something. He just didn't trust men or something. I don't know what happened. And I can't really speak for him on that side, but he has to understand. And like I said, there's things that I didn't get to do as a young man. you know. I'll admit, I didn't get to play. I didn't really get to play organized sports. Not that I didn't play sports. I did play sports, but not in the organized sports like I would like to. You know, like Boys and Girls Club. I remember I told my father back in the early, probably about 71. It was 71, 72. No, 72. Early 72. And I was like, I wanted to go play, play the Boys and Girls Club. There's one right, probably like, I think not far from where I live. And he told me no. Straight out. You know, I felt kind of hurt. Nor did he seek anything like that for me either. You know, I was interested in doing things like that even then. But then later on, I heard my folks collectively go around telling people I didn't like sports. That wasn't exactly true. You know, my folks were actually the ones that discouraged me from doing sports. You know, because they felt like, you should be, planting yourself into your education and all that. Because at the time, a lot of kids were more into sports than anything else. And they didn't see them hitting books like that. They want, us to do that kind of stuff. But then when they found out later on how much these sports athletes were making, then they kind of changed their mind a little bit. And then I used to hear stuff like my dad told me, I could have had, because he knew this one guy whose son played in the NFL. He played it, I knew. I don't even remember the guy. I remember a guy named Lansing Smith, but I don't know the same guy now, because that guy supposedly was in the NFL at the time. When he told me about it, by that time he would have been too old. But that's another story. But anyway, although it was possible, but I don't remember. But anyway, so he claimed that he had dated the guy's mom one time, so I could have had a football player for his son. I said, it made me feel bad. That's the one thing men should be doing. You shouldn't be bashing your kids like that either. No man should do that, ever. No, you're trying to build, not tear them down, And it kind of hurt me, even though I was an adult when I was told that, but still, it did hurt me because he was the one who was telling me he had discouraged me from not pursuing sports. As a result, until they found out how lucrative it was, all of a sudden, I wish you'd done that. Really? Just let me be me. Just let me do the thing that I'm doing that makes me happy. That's the problem with parents today, man. Some parents just want you to do what they want you to do to benefit them instead of letting it benefit you first. Let your kids. You can encourage. You can suggest like this. You can encourage your kids to do or learn the things that they need to do, or learn the things that they need to learn to develop the skills into adulthood. But in terms of their careers, let them decide what they want to do as career choice. Let them find out the things that they can benefit from that make them happy to make the right career choices. Stop trying to make it about you. Real talk. But we do need to mentor our kids. Kids need mentors. They do, period. Women are not going to be the ones that's going to be able to help your kids benefit from mentorship. Men will be the ones to help your kids benefit from it. And not just any guys either. Productive guys in society. Okay, not riffraff. Yeah, I said it. Matter of fact, I'm going to close it out at that. I'm out.